Ferris Bueller. I am a U.S. history teacher, as all of you know, and this is my nightmare right here. I do not want to become that history teacher who talks in a monotone, anyone, and has the students drooling on the desks. And in order to help fight that perception of U.S. history teachers, I did spend 6 weeks this summer in Washington, D.C. My goal, as I presented to the Lilly people, was to tour the museums, monuments, places of interest at my own pace. As parents, as educators, we know the luxury of time, and that we always seem to be at somebody else's mercy. In this case, I had the opportunity to take my own time touring the places that I was interested in seeing. I was also able to scout potential sites for upcoming student trip that we're taking in November. Because of my trip, we will be actually touring the Pentagon this year with our high school students in November. So that's going to be kind of an exciting trip for them. The biggest part of the trip, though, for me was, again, renewing my own excitement at being a learner. We teachers, after giving our content every year for 15 years, we get a little bit automated. We get a little bit to the point where, it's not as exciting to us personally. And if we aren't excited by it, how can we make our students excited by it? And sometimes for those reluctant learners, the only thing that's going to get them on board is our excitement about what it is that we're going to be teaching. It also kind of reminded me about what being a learner really is all about, and some of the things that I want to bring back to my students about my own learning experience and being in their situation and being a student are things like setting a learning goal. By filling out this application process, I had to ask myself, really, what did I want to accomplish? How could I go about accomplishing that goal, and then actually doing the research for the events that would help me to do that. And that leads me to the importance of preparation. Those of you at the high school were aware that I had a binder about this thick of places I wanted to go, things I wanted to see, and that really made it possible for me to get the most out of the experience, but it really also led me to the ability to be flexible. Because I had the background, because I had the content, I felt confident. I felt I could go in different directions. I didn't necessarily have to be tied to my research, but it did help me get on with what I wanted to do. And of course, in that confidence, I was also able to take a chance. This picture here is of the inside of the National Building Museum. And you would think to yourself, really, a National Building Museum? Why would we need one of these? But as you can see from the architecture, it really was a breathtaking building. And if I hadn't been willing to take that chance, I could have missed out on something that was really a very interesting experience.